Everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk to you about two clubs in Sydney that were popular in the 50s, 60s, 70s. One, Chequers nightclub. Two, the Civic Hotel. And I'm going to have a quick mention of the Whisky A Go Go. All right, so Chequers nightclub. It was founded by Dennis Wong and his brother. Dennis actually went on to also form the Mandarin Club and other successful businesses. He was a Chinese migrant, did really well. He actually opened it in the basement area of the Strand Arcade in Sydney, and it was then relocated to Goulburn St. It kind of boasted a clientele of crooked cops, politicians, local underworld heavies like that, what's his name, Big Lenny McPherson, George Foreman, George Freeman, and there was even a Chicago mobster called Tony Tester. It was also an attractive spot for Vietnam veterans, or Vietnam servicemen, I should say, Sydney-siders who wanted, to be entertained, dinner, drinks, dancing. Yeah, lots of venues around Sydney at the time, and Chequers was one of the more popular ones. Jump in my car, I wanna take you home. Jump in my car. So here it is here. Chequers sauna, spa and massage. Right next door is Maloney's Hotel. This is Goulburn Street. Opposite is World Square. And right across the road, there's the Civic Hotel. I'll go and check that out too. So there's Chequers. I don't really plan on going inside, but there it is there. All right, some of the artists that played there were in the 60s, people like Shirley Bassey, Neil Sedaka, Sammy David Jnr, Sarah Vaugn, the Everly brothers played there. People like that, Hermen Hermits, I think, played there. In the 70s, it sort of changed and became more of a place for the 70s pub rock bands of Australia, including bands like INXS, Midnight Oil, Flowers / IceHouse, TMG, Ted Mulrey Gang, Billy Thorpe and the Aztecs, Chain, Rose Tattoo, the Radiators, the Hitmen, the Models, the Sunny Boys. There were international bands like the Ramones and the Cure who also performed there. AC/DC apparently played their first ever gig at Chequers nightclub in 1973, New Year's Eve. Apparently it went off. They played about 20 songs, and that would have been a hoot. Anyone with any footage of that, wow, please put it up. So apparently also if you did want to audition, or if you wanted to play at Chequers, all you had to do was turn up or audition on and play the first set early in the night, and if they liked you, they'd just sort of book you. Rose Tattoo apparently had a huge brawl on stage one night. In the early days, there was a scandalous kind of event where our Prime Minister at the time, John Gorton, decided he wanted to go backstage one day and meet Liza Manelli. She wasn't too keen about it. He tried to kiss her. She kind of put her hands up in defense. He bit her, or so the legend goes. And she wanted to sue him. Dennis Wong had to intervene and, cannot sue. He's our Prime Minister. And she just, wasn't happy. Apparently the tour was cut short. But Chequers nightclub, so many stories. I'm sure there's a lot more that I haven't read or heard of. Civic Hotel was located around the Surrey Hills, Sydney area, near Central Station, where back in the day they would have a band on every night. Some of the bands that played there that you would know would be people like Rose Tattoo, Midnight Oil, INXS, Matte Finish, The Angels, My Sex, X, Flowers, Cold Chisel, Mental as Anything, The Radiators, It was a time when pub rock was probably at its peak, it was venues like the Civic that kind of really propped them up and made them sort of, or exposed them to the general public. And a lot of people would frequent these pubs to, just kind of enjoy all this live rock and roll music that was around at the time. Goulburn Street, the Civic is just over there. Actually, sorry, wrong way. Civic is just behind me. I'm going to go and check it out and see what it looks like now. Be very curious. So here I am. As you can see, this is the Civic Hotel as it is now. It's a Wednesday lunchtime. I've just ordered some spring rolls. And just checking it out. Looks really nice. It's kind of looks like it's modern Australian cuisine, standard bar. Yeah, so far so good. Another venue that I did want to talk about was the Whisky A Go-Go. I wasn't even sure this existed, and it's got no relation to the one in America, but apparently it was a club founded by the same guy that founded Chequers, Dennis Vaugn. It was late 60s. It was kind of a boom time in King's Cross. A lot of the servicemen from America came and frequented Sydney. Yeah, the Whisky A Go-Go, the house band was Barry McCaskill and Levi Smith Clefs. Now, some of the people that did play there were Billy Thorpe and the Aztecs and Max Merritt and the Meteorites. So, yeah, apparently I did read something where a lot of the go-go dancers, or the dancers that were there, some of them played in cages, some kind of created their own outfits. There was a story where if you went to the Whisky A Go-Go and you wanted to have dinner there and drinks, apparently, technically, they weren't strippers, but a woman could actually stand naked on the stage, motionless. So if you could do that for 30 minutes, you were hired. And every now and again, apparently, authorities would come in or the inspectors would visit randomly, and if anyone was seen to be moving, the club would be fined. Yeah, so the Whisky A Go-Go, interesting venue that would have been. I hope you're enjoying some of my videos of late.
Very, very, very much, and a pleasant good evening to you all. You enjoying yourselves tonight? Yes. Glad to hear that. Welcome to Chequers. It's a pleasure being here at Chequers in Sydney. Now, of course, we say it's a pleasure to be wherever we go, no matter where it is.